Welcome everyone. Let us resume with the chapter. In the earlier part, we read that Wali was a little girl of 8 years old, and since she did not have any of her age mates living in the surrounding areas, so most of her daytime it was passed when she used to keep on standing in the doorway looking at the activities outside in the road. And then she developed a fascination for traveling by a bus. But before traveling by a bus, she had gathered all the required information like the duration, the timing of bus leaving the village, going to town, and from there coming back, and fare and the time it would take. So during afternoon, her mother used to take a nap, means she used to sleep for 3 hours almost. And Wali had very smartly calculated the time that when her mother would be sleeping, one fine day, she would go, she would ride the bus, she'll go to the town, and she'll come back. Very smartly, she had calculated. Now, Wali planned that she would take the 1 o'clock afternoon bus, reach the town at 1:45 because it took 45 minutes to reach to the town, and she would be back home by about 2:45 because if the bus would stay over there for another 15 minutes and it will start from at 2 and come back at 2:45, so it would be all right for her because her mother used to wake up around 3:30 in the afternoon. So she found out that the town was 6 miles away from her village. The fare was 30 paise one way, and the trip to the town took 45 minutes. So what did she do? She went to the bus stop in her village, and she wanted to ride the bus. She wanted to mount the bus. The conductor saw such a little girl trying to come up, so he extended a helping hand to her. But because Wali had learned that no one should believe the stranger, so she very nicely and in a way very proudly she denied taking his hand, and she said, "No, I can take care of myself and I'll come up myself." So the conductor was bemused to see such a little girl trying to ride the bus, and he just laughed it off, and he allowed her to enter the bus. So when she mounted the bus, she asked about the ticket and she gave 30 paise to the conductor. And the conductor, very lovingly and in a funny way, started calling her madam. So wherever she was going, the conductor said, "Give seat to our madam. She would be riding the bus." Because just like we do, if we have a small kid in our house and the kid works smartly, rather over smartly than his or her age, we out of love and fun we start calling these kind of adjectives for the child. So the similar way the conductor out of love and humor started calling Wali madam when she was behaving like a elderly woman, grown up woman who could take all care by herself, who refused to take any sort of help. So the conductor was having a good time looking at her, how nicely, like a lady, like she is behaving. He asked her to sit at a seat where an elderly woman was sitting, but she refused. She said, "No, I would prefer to keep on standing," and she kept on standing for a while. But the conductor and the other passengers, they advised her to sit because she could otherwise fall down. So the trip to the town, it took 45 minutes. On reaching the town, if she stayed in her seat and paid another 30 paise, she could return home on the same bus. She had carefully saved whatever stray coins came her way. How did she get money to pay for the fare? Kids of this age, they get pocket money to spend for their um, toffees or chocolates, or to go to fairs, melas, etc., and to have a ride on the swings. But she very thoughtfully was saving every bit of paisa that was given to her as a pocket money, and so that she could one day ride the bus. She had carefully saved whatever stray coin came her way, resisting every temptation to buy peppermint or toys or balloons and like. And finally, she had saved 60 paise. See, for a kid, this becomes very important, and the kids find it really difficult to remain away from the things they like. So she somehow controlled herself. She did not spend even a single penny on buying peppermint or balloon or going to the fairs, etc. Rather, she kept saving money. And the conductor was a jolly sort of fellow. He was fond of joking. It was the slack time when Wali got into the bus. Slack time means not many of the passengers were there. It was a little relaxed time. So he jokingly called her Madam. Now Wali found the bus attracting. It was a new bus painted with gleaming colors. Wali bought a ticket for herself and mounted up the bus. Wali also enjoyed outside view. Wali also enjoyed outside view because when we look from the window, the trees passing by and the villages crossing, we feel a different kind of fascination. So she, because she was riding the bus for the first time, she was more than excited. She saw the canal, palm trees, grassland, distant mountains, and the blue sky, acres of green fields, etc. Wali had light-hearted conversation with some of the passengers because people were quite surprised to see that such a little girl is traveling all alone without the assistance of her elders. No parents, no elder brothers, sisters are with her. So people were a little, surprised and also anxious to see such a little girl traveling all by herself. She was the center of attraction for them, all the people in the bus. Suddenly, Wali clapped her hands with glee, means she became very happy to see a sight. There was a young cow running right in front of the bus, right in the middle of the road, and the animal was frightened and it ran faster as the driver honked the horn. As in when the driver was blowing the horn, the cow became more frantic and started running faster. And Wali was very happy to see this sight. Wali found it very funny and she just laughed and laughed. Just imagine something like this happening, the cow running in front of the bus. As the bus horn could be heard, she would run faster, and Wali enjoyed every sight with excitement. She didn't get off the bus at the town. Finally, around 1:45, the bus reached the town where it was supposed to take a halt for 15 minutes because the passengers would get down and new passengers would come. So that's a usual scenario at any bus stop. But she, being a little girl who was traveling all alone, and that the very first time in her life, she did not want to get down, and she had a little fear also that she may be lost somewhere in the crowd. So she kept on sitting there in the bus, and she made her return journey by the same bus. Even the conductor in the bus, he had a sympathy for the little girl. He thought she might be tired and she might want to have something to eat or drink. So the conductor told Wali if she wanted, she could get down and buy something to eat or drink from the shop. But Wali refused because the main reason was that first thing, she did not have any money, and second thing, she did not want to lose the bus. She didn't want to miss the bus and she didn't want to get lost in the crowd. The conductor understood. He, being a very nice and kind fellow, also offered that he could buy something for her with his own money, but Wali very proudly refused taking any sort of help. Uh, this is what we have read just now. On her way back, the sight of same cow lying dead by the roadside made her sad. Now, the time for the bus was there to leave that bus stop from the town to come back to Wali's village. On her way back, she saw the same cow, but unfortunately, this time the cow was lying dead. The memory of the dead cow haunted her, and she was lost in the thought that a few minutes ago the same cow was running like a fast sprinter, and now the cow is lying dead in the puddle of the blood. She was very much disheartened and she forgot everything about her excitement to travel by the bus, and she kept sitting on her seat. She was very much haunted by the sight of death. She did not look out through the window anymore because she was very sad and disheartened. This is just an illustration of a cow lying railway crossing, because the bus was crossing through all these places, sometime railway crossing, sometime the streets of the village and city. At last, the bus reached her village. She thanked the conductor, got down the bus, and went straight to her home. This was how she had her first bus ride without letting anybody know about it. Now, the question comes to her mind, how did her mother not come to know? Though the bus had taken a few minutes late, and when Valli reached her home, she was a little surprised to see that her mother was already awake. But the mother did not even notice that Valli had gone out of the house and now she is coming back from somewhere, because she thought that she might be playing here and there somewhere. Her mother was busy talking to some of the neighbors, and Valli very smartly handled the situation when the neighbor, the one who had come to meet her mother, so when the aunt from the neighborhood, she just made a remark on Valli that she is a little brat who tries to poke her nose in every conversation of the elders. And Valli smiled to herself because she did not want them to understand her smile. But then there was much of the chance that they could understand what she had known about the outer world. And she said, there are so many things in the world outside. How can we possibly know everything? And even when we do not know about something, we often can't understand it completely, can we? So Valli said, of course, mother, without going outside, we cannot understand everything completely. So she, in a way, had told the truth that she had gone outside and also hidden the truth for her mother. So this is how the story has been written in a very humorous way. It's a beautiful story to read. Read it and enjoy it. In the next part, we'll discuss the question answers.